man. Oh man, it's beautiful outside. What can I say? What can I say? Afternoon. The devil trying me today. I tell you guys, woo, they're doing a great job, but you gotta go above and beyond. Feel me? Superiority to fuck with me in any form of shape. You know what I mean? I know when I start talking like this, I'm inviting more trouble, so I don't know why I do it sometimes. Word up. I have to say that. I got 15 minutes with y'all, so what y'all want to talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? Yo, I want to tell y'all this, man. Encourage. I want to talk about encouraging or encouragement. You feel me? Now, I don't want to talk about encouraging somebody in a good way. I want to talk about the other side of encouragement. Encouraging bad behavior. Feel me? That's what I want to talk about. One thing for sure and two things for certain, right? One thing for sure and two things for certain. When you take a look at the alphabet, from A to Z, if you look in the dictionary, right, which I have numerous of times, from A to Z, you can find a good word and a bad word for each letter, from all the way from A to Z. I cannot, I don't even have to do it. If you look at the word A, let's start with A. What else can you start with? If you look at the word A, there's a good word for A. Let's just say, what could be a good word for A? Awareness. You feel me? Awareness is a good word for A. What's a bad word for A? Um, yeah, this is a bad example. Hold on. Let's see, I'm gonna use Google. What Google is? I let me fucking Google. Um, I'm trying to make a point here. But there's one thing for sure and two things for certain. There's always a good word and a bad word. Okay, you have awareness. What would that's a whole nother question. It defeats the purpose because now I gotta do extra thinking. All right, let's just do B. A is too much. B is beautiful. B, you got beautiful for B, right? And you also have a word like bad. If you look at it all, I wanted to make the A work for me. You feel me? I really wanted to make the A work for me. The word is escaping me because I don't want to lose the message because I'm already losing it already. My vocabulary is not that big right now, but there is a word, a good and a bad word for all the words. Whether you like what is true or not. Now, where the hell was I going with the message? See, forgot that shit already in 3 minutes. Keyword. That's how I be remembering my message. Encouragement. But we're not talking about the encouragement in a good way, because encouragement. The point I was trying to make is that you have letters, you have the alphabets, right? And you have from A to Z, and then from within each letter in the alphabet, there's a good word and a bad word. Even with the good word itself, each word can be used in a positive way or a negative way. And I wanted to dive into the subject of encouraging people who encourage bad behavior. You feel me? Where you stand by and you don't do nothing and you don't say nothing about what's going on. That's encouraging bad behavior. You feel me? You might think that you're in support of that person, and you just don't. Or sometimes you feel like I can't compromise the position I'm in because I do not want to get in trouble. That's encouraging bad behavior. Standing by and not doing nothing about something that's going on, that's encouraging bad behavior. Knowing that something is wrong, but because the person is probably a person who can tell a little bit of jokes here, jokes there, and you start laughing, knowing that it wasn't even a laughable situation, but you be like, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at him because he's funny. You encouraging that behavior. You are also part of the problem by encouraging that behavior, because that's all they got to do is no. They already know what you laugh at, so they can do one of the craziest things in front of you and do some dumb shit, and you laugh at it. That's encouraging behavior. People who just decide not to do anything, like this ain't got nothing to do with me, you are also encouraging the behavior. You are also more likely, you actually as responsible as the person who's enacting in the behavior. And I know, trust me, I know the conversation that I bring up is very uncomfortable for most people because, truth be told, they are guilty of what I'm saying. So it irritates them in the most profound way possible. You feel me? Because they know they're guilty of it. I mean, I don't even have to tell them this is something any righteous man, if they don't do what is right, that shit eats at them. And the only way they can feel good about themselves is to look for an excuse, and the excuse make it better. You feel me? That's encouraging. It's like they encourage the behavior of others. And I also want to get back to what I was talking about earlier, how we denounce the police officers and be like, this one didn't do. I'm only using that example because it's something that was recently big in history. Let me show you how this nigga right. Well, I'm not even gonna show you. He trying to take away from the message by making a lot of noise. But I'm only bringing that subject up. It's because that's one of the most profound one that recently happened. How they started talking about police officers and how they always talk about how they always bring up this MLK speech. Let me get the real speech out too. You feel me? It's very important that we get everything accurate. You feel me? MLK. No, motherfucker. Excuse my language. Hopefully that shit pops up. Well, it says injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, which is so true. Let's see. Don't quote me though. Yeah. The quote is the ultimate tragedy is not the opposition or the cruelty by bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. He's basically saying that I ain't going to explain. He said it quite clearly. Is the fact that people stand by and act as if they can't do nothing at all, or step up to the plate and act and make it seem as if, well, we can't do nothing about that. The opposite, you don't know what you can do, man. Saying something little, you don't know who that can inspire. You don't have to change the whole crowd. You don't have to change the whole crowd's mind. All you need to do is change one person. And that's all. You've done your job. You don't have to. When you speak up, it's not to convince everybody to believe in you. It's by projecting your voice out. You don't know who is going to touch. All you need is just one person. You feel me? That's why I always speak my mind on things that's wrong. I have to. I don't care what it costs me. It has to be said. It has to be. I have to. I have to. You feel me? I have to say these things. I know it's hot out here. Let me show you that nigga. These niggas constantly want to talk over my head. You feel me? I have to speak on these things. I have to. Who am I if I can't speak on these things because I'm worried about some damn job security, or you worry about some damn relationship, or you worry about what the next man is gonna say to you? Like all that shit is lame. Like that shit ain't worth nothing, my nigga. If the person cannot, if I'm standing up for something that is right and the person knows that is right, and the person know that is right, and yet the person stopped talking to me because of that, nigga, who cares? Who cares whether you lose that person? You were supposed to lose that individual. You feel me? Who cares? Like, fuck it. I sacrificed that person's friendship for what I stood up for, what was right. You feel me? You know what I mean? It is what it is. These niggas just be, it's like a lot of hypocrites that goes on. They be like, defund the police. And I'm like, defund yourself. How about that one? Feel me? I just want to drop that dime and that word on it. Feel me? Because I see that every day, even at this place where I'm at right now, so-called job. You know what I mean? Where it's just a few with cruel intentions. They just, I realized also that I know I started off with encouraging bad behavior and everything else like that. I realized that people would do everything in their power to get a response and reaction out of you. And certain things do not need a response because you are also, although you are the one being attacked, you are also encouraging that behavior by responding to it because that's all they want. You know what I mean? They feed off your energy. So, like this morning and stuff like that, I was embarrassed of myself. Although I was supposed to smack the shit out of him, you feel me? If I was to pour that righteousness, sometimes I wish I didn't know any better. So I can act out my full ignorance. It'll feel good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Temporarily, but it'll feel good. I'm like, fuck them niggas. Fuck you. I wanna get. Like, you feel me? But I know better, so it doesn't. Once you've been around something great, it's very hard for you to maintain your stupidity when you come into something lower than yourself. You feel me? It's very, very hard. Like you can take a king out of a kingdom, but anywhere else that you put that king at, he will make a kingdom out of that place because it is in his DNA to be a king. You feel me? So it's in my DNA to be a righteous individual. It's in my DNA to be a king, and it's in my DNA to be a God. So even if you put me everywhere I go or everywhere you go, there you are as an individual. So you are gonna make what it is to make out of that place. You're gonna shape yourself into that environment. You're gonna live your imprint into that environment. I can't step into a muddy place without leaving my footprint. You feel me? And that's just a fact of it. I'm not even trying to rhyme or try to sound sexy in any place or anything else like that. You feel me? You just gotta speak even if your voice tremble. Like, fuck them niggas, bro. I know, fuck. Like, okay, so what? I said fuck. Fuck them. So what? Oh, he's speaking right. No, it's fuck him. You feel me? So what if I curse and I'm a righteous individual? I'm just expressing myself in a different way than they used to. You feel me? And like I was saying, I was embarrassing myself this morning because I actually encouraged that behavior because it's like they're only looking for that form of energy. They want me to talk about them. Even right now, I'm encouraging that kind of behavior. I mean, saying things, yes, go ahead and you can't allow certain things to happen too many times and often, and they don't get the drift of it. So it's best that you make sure that they feel you and they hear you. But a situation like that this morning, we had the argument for a few minutes. Then after that, guess what? I walked away and took the other bus. I should have never gave him my energy at all. You feel me? So I have to forgive myself on that end. Feel me? Because I'm embarrassed of myself. Although I know he was playing with me because he had the smirk on his face and everything else. He thought I couldn't see. You know how somebody they got the mask on, but you can always see when somebody's smiling. The eyes kind of go squinting together. If they laugh very hard, you can tell the cheek moving a little bit. Or if they're smiling, you can tell a little face structure and shit like that. You can tell. You have to be able not to give your energy to people. Stop encouraging their behaviors. And this is to me, I'm speaking to myself through y'all too, because I'm tired of pointing the fingers at you and I'm not even doing it. So I have to think about it. I'm like, you know what? Although I realized right away and I didn't get mad, I didn't let it fuck up my day. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna let these niggas fuck up my energy. Even at work, I ain't gonna let them fuck up my energy. Feel me? They try so hard. I know they be trying to get me. They want to get me on TOT. If you don't know what that means, then go. Ask somebody who work at this place. They try to get me on all that stuff. I'm like, yo, do what you gotta do. You're not gonna fuck up my energy in any form or shape. You feel me? You gotta you have to be bigger than that. I have to be bigger than that. I have to be bigger than problems that I'm facing right now. I have to be. Feel me? Regardless of what they throw at me, I have to be bigger than that. I'm like, I can't let that get to me. I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than the situation that I'm facing. I'm quite insulted that I'm even in it. So I'm about to go and I don't know what to call this. And no, I know what to call it. Stop encouraging bad behaviors. That's what's gonna be called.